Hi friends, my name is Zarina and welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Baby Planet. We're here to talk about our babies and how to take care of them. And today in this video we're gonna talk about the solid food. How and when to start, or what the best food to start with, and what is a dangerous food that you need to avoid and do not feed your baby. So we'll do it. The first question that you might ask, when to start giving them a solid food. International Association of Pediatricians, they made a conclusion that for a baby younger than 6 months old, it's not necessary to feed them anything else except breast milk or formula if it's formula fed baby. So for babies younger than 6 months, breast milk is completely sufficient. However, if you see that your baby shows you signs that they are ready to try something else, and this signs is they show interest when your family is eating, when you are eating, they able to sit straight, they open their mouth when they see a spoon approaching to them, or close their mouth and turn their heads away, that they don't want to try anything else. So this is a signs that you can say, okay, we can start now, we can start giving them a solid food. So it usually happens in the period between the 4 till 6 months. Before 4 months, hands off. Baby doesn't need anything else because their digestive system is not ready to process anything else except breast milk or formula. No juice, no oatmeal in their breast milk, not at all. From 4 till 6 months, you can start giving them solid food. A little bit of oatmeal, a little vegetables and fruits, and I will tell you proportion and the best food to start with just in a minute. And this period, it depends on the baby. You give them little by little. You can start at 4.5 months, you can start at 5 months and 5.5. But at 6 months, this is the period that is a breast milk or formula is not enough. 6 months, you must start giving them a solid food. And 6 months, not later, this is a time when your baby is totally ready for a regular food. Another question, how to start, what proportions, what the order and sequence and the products that you can start with. You always start with a product which has only one component. For example, you only start from the vegetable, for example, and it is only one product, one item. It can be zucchini, it can be carrot, but it's only one thing because you need to see what's a baby's response to the baby's reaction to that product. If they, for example, if you can give them a few products and you see a baby has an allergy afterwards, you cannot say which product can cause the allergy. And you must cancel all of them. For when you started giving them only one component, only one product, and you see allergy, you cancel only this product and you start with another one. I recommend to start with the vegetables. Start with the vegetables and go further to the fruits, because if you start with the fruit, they may like this sweet taste, and it's really hard to in the future to give them sweets all the time. What is the vegetables is the best to start with? I made a list for you. It contains 10 numbers from 1 to 10. It's number 1 is the most hypoallergenic, and number 10 is the most allergic one. So we start from the zucchini, squash, cabbage, peas, onion, potato, pumpkin, carrot, tomatoes. And the zucchini is the least allergenic, and the tomatoes is the most allergenic. You don't have to try all of this, but you pick up some of them and you start with. You start with, for example, with the zucchini, and you continue with the potatoes. And when you um, move it further, and you see how baby reacts to this new food. And if your baby is okay with the vegetables you tried, you can make even a mixture of few vegetables. You can make your own puree, and you can buy it from the store. But it's like from the beginning, especially with the first child, I recommend you to buy puree. And actually, that's what I did too. I bought a puree from the store to be familiar with the consistency, with how it looks like. And later, a little bit later on, I make my own puree for the baby. At the time when you give them vegetables, you can start giving them fruits. And also, it's the same principle that you keep with fruits. Start with a puree with one component, with only one item. Let it be a green apple, because it's a perfect to start with. It's the most hyperallergenic fruit. And you go to a pear, and after you go to red apple, and go from the least allergenic to the most, little by little, and look at the baby's reaction. Berries. The most hypoallergenic is a raspberry. It's the safest berry, and you go from raspberry to blueberry, and it's something else. And but be careful with the strawberry. Strawberry, and it's the best thing. Probably do not give them strawberry first year of their lives, because it's a really allergenic allergenic berry, and the baby reaction can be allergy. To diverse the menu, you can also give them oatmeal, like oats, rice, or buckwheat, which you cook on the water only, or on your own breast milk. By the way, about the breast milk, if your baby doesn't want to eat anything but breast milk, here's a trick that you can use. You might add the breast milk to the food that you cook for your baby, for them. Like for example, if you give them vegetables, you can add a little bit of breast milk, because babies, they are more willingly take this food then. And the 6 months is a time when you can give your baby, you start giving them meat. It's a perfect start. It's gonna be turkey, and after you can add lamb and beef, rabbit, and the last one is chicken. With the chicken, you should be careful too, because it's allergenic. 9 and 10 months, you can add to the menu fish. But if a baby has an allergy, you can wait until a year old. So what to do if your baby has an allergy to certain food? First thing that you can do is stop giving them the food that they have an allergy from. Cancel this product in the menu. Talk to your pediatrician, and they usually give you some treatment, some medicine, but it's the choice of the treatment, we will leave it to your pediatrician. But if your baby has an allergy to certain product, don't be upset, because this allergy is a temporary, and it very might be that we will grow through this allergy, and after 1 year you will see that they don't have an allergy, but they to the food that they did have before. So what is the proportion of the food that you started giving to them? Give them, first day, give them a little bit, just a pinch. On the next day, double this portion. And on the next day, on the third day, it's a half of a teaspoon. On the fourth day, you add a little bit more. On the fifth day, it's a teaspoon. And always give them a solid food before you give them a breast milk. For example, you give them a food, and after you add some breast milk, because if they're not hungry, baby, most likely baby will refuse to eat the solid food. So the solid food first, and after you give them breast milk. With the olive oil and butter, it's the same principle here. You give them proportion. You on the first day you give them just a pinch, just a drop. On another day you double this portion. On a third or fourth day it's gonna be quarter of a teaspoon. On a fifth day or by the end of the week it's a half a teaspoon until you reach a whole teaspoon. This is a daily norm, daily limit for babies under 1 year old. The same thing, the same principle with the butter. Just a little bit, just a pinch, and on the next day you double that, and you give them a taste, and you basically train them to eat this food. When you give them solid food, that's a time to start giving them water. Before 4 months, breast milk was enough, and if the baby needs more water, your body responds to that, and they take all of this water from the breast milk or formula. But when you start giving them a solid food, this is time for them to start taking water. But keep in mind, until they're 6 months old, you don't give them more than 2 ounces per day, because their kidneys, they're not able to process a lot of water. After 6 months, it's without limit, so they can drink how much water they want, but until 6 months, no more than 2 ounces of water per day.